Living life passionately can be likened to a boiling kettle of water. I'll say a whistling kettle. When the water is boiling, it cannot hide. You're going to hear the sound of the whistle. It will be steaming, it will be bubbling, and it will be hot. If there is no heat, there will be no steam. If there is no heat, there will be no bubbles. Basically, without heat, the water would not boil. In our lives, in our walks with God, in our activities, what can we liken to that heat? How can we make sure that we keep our fire burning and we keep our kettles boiling? I'll share a couple of ways with you. Before then, I just want to reiterate that the heat is the source of the boiling. Without sustained heat, the boiling stops and it requires continuous energy. The higher the heat, the stronger the boil. And if removed from heat, the water cools down. So, to maintain our fire and passion, there are some things I'm going to share with you. Number one is prayer. Prayer is important, and backing it up with fastings. Not one, fastings. Giving, worshiping God, obedience to God, time in God's word. Just a bit of an elaboration on obedience. What I've got to realize from my journey with God is that when God tells you to do something, when you get an inkling in your spirit to take some certain steps, I would encourage you to do that, because what that does for you, it exposes you to a dimension of God that you wouldn't have known if you didn't obey Him. You have your personal encounter and experience with God, and you can support others through the conviction that you get from that experience. There might be so many other ways for you to keep your fire burning, but you can start with these. Once you can maintain that fire, make it hot as you can, it will seep into every other area of your lives. You have the steam that comes from the boiling kettle, remember? And that means that people will feel encouraged and inspired and convicted around you, inspired to be hot as well for God. And also, when you're bubbling, it's not just about volume, it's about vitality. It rises from the heart and it's not about performance. It's visible in your countenance, in your conduct, and it's not something that you have to explain to someone because it will be obvious. Living a passionate life is only possible when you stay connected to the source, when you keep your fire burning and your kettle boiling.